See, I learned in 2022 that the online space, when it came to business funding and real estate, that it was becoming a clown show. It was literally becoming a clown show. I saw that in the end of 2021 into 2022. I have always been talking, educating individuals on this topic since 2018. I have the receipts. You go on my YouTube video, I have over 700, close to 800 videos. If you go to my channel, you can go as far back as 2018, 2017, where I have been talking about business funding and how to leverage it and how to leverage it for real estate. That's how far back I go back. In 2021, I began to see things were shifting, and it was becoming a clown show online. It was literally becoming a clown show. When it got to the point where, people were looking for a secret lenders list, or people who don't have nothing but thinks this magic credit card is going to allow them to be a real estate millionaire. Whatever buffoonery people created, I knew that I did not want to be part of that circus. And I also knew that there was only a small microcosm. See, the online world is as much as people may think that it is, it's so magnified, you may feel like it's saturation, you may feel like, oh, everyone is doing it, and I get those who are not in the credit space, the funding space, they may not see that. But those who are in the funding space or are in the real estate space, they may feel like, oh my God, everyone is talking about this topic. Everybody's talking about funding. Everybody's talking about business credit. Everybody's talking about, real estate. There's so many people. But I knew that the online space was very small. It's like a pin. If you take a needle, the end of a needle, pin drop, it's a this small microcosm of a very big world, and that world can be offline. That world can be TV. That world can be networking groups. It's so many areas where everyone's not talking about it. So I knew in 2021, I begin to see this clown show take flight. 2022, I started looking for ways that I could still be able to provide a service, because I know that it is needed. There are real estate investors who are looking and understand the benefits of leveraging capital, because they understand the correlation between having debt in their business and how it creates wealth and how it lowers their tax liability. They understand that. And they're not looking for a magic credit card that's going to relieve them of all their financial stress, because they don't look as debt as financial stress. They look as debt as a way to build their real estate portfolio. The same way when I'm buying for my own personal portfolio or my business portfolio, I understand that debt is a vehicle. This is not for the two people, the one who feels like this one magic credit card is going to, make me a real estate tycoon. And I knew my messaging was not for the person who is like, I want to be a real estate millionaire, but I want to do it debt free. And I'm not here to say that neither one of those markets matter, but I just knew that those were not the individuals that I wanted to speak to. And as I began to see this clown show take flight online, and I knew that it was only a small microcosm of the world, I said, let me start making some changes. And so when 2023 came in, like I said, in 2022, I started to really gauge on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And in 2023, it took flight, and boom, I started to make changes. And with those changes, And right now, once again, very small microcosm of the world, because as we can see with Stanley Cup, you'll hear talking heads online, people who are in, the business world, and they provide services to people online. Those individuals have maybe, saying, oh, businesses hasn't been the same. I took some hits. My money wasn't as fluid as it was, during the pandemic, and everybody had all this PPP money. But once again, that's a very small segment of the population, because since I was very clear on who I work with, who I want to serve, I knew that all those things would not matter to the market that I wanted to provide services to. Same way with the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup has always had their core customer. Whether hysteria took place or not, or took flight, they've always had their core customer. They've been around for 110 years. They're doing something right. There's clearly, even though you may be not buying the Stanley Cup, and even though I may not be buying the Stanley Cup, but somebody's buying them Stanley Cups. And whoever that market is, Stanley Cup has, they know that their revenues are going to hit the bottom line and put them in the black.